Welcome back. Another exciting episode at Meet the Innovators. I am your guy, your host, Shemuel XYZ, Shemuel Namaste, and I have a very special brother here with me, Brother Victor Durrah, Bruh Mentoring. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, bro.
Tell people where you're from.
Man, I'm from South Carolina. Okay. Born and raised. Went to Broome High School. Then went to Spartanburg Methodist College. Okay. Played some ball there, and then graduated at USC Upstate, and get my master's at Clemson. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Got the master's at Clemson. So, Bruh Mentoring is your baby, something you started from just the clay from the ground. Tell us, what does Bruh Mentoring stand for, and how did you come to the vision for this?
Absolutely. So Brothers Restoring Urban Hope is the formal name. We are a mentoring organization that focuses on leadership skills, character development, and spiritual guidance. When I was at USC Upstate back in 2006, we started Brothers Restoring Urban Hope. And it started out as a fraternity community service. Mm-hmm. But I also was in a program with nonprofit administration, and they asked for us to start and formally start Brothers Restoring Urban Hope. Mm-hmm. So from there on, it started out with the MLK basketball camp, which has been running since 2006. Congratulations. And from there on, it just morphed into an actual movement, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we see kids with the Boys and Girls Club. We've always been there. We've all worked there. But what happens to those kids after they leave the Boys and Girls Club? Think about it. What programs are there out there for them? They either slip in between the cracks, or they end up in that racial equity report that's been flowing out there. So we kind of wanted to catch that and capture that audience, and really develop those youth. So that's where that passion comes from.
Beautiful. And you've been consistently putting together programming, advocating for youth.
Absolutely.
Raising funds, putting your own funds up. And another example of that is the community group. Tell me something about Brother Julius Tolbert, Justin Kelly, and Trey Glover. Tell us about
Absolutely.
these guys.
I'll tell you that I grew up with Justin Kelly. We both grew up in the Housing Authority #1 in Calpens, the projects. Mm-hmm. So I grew up with Justin. Julius is actually my brother. Mm-hmm. My dad married Julius's mom. Okay. And I just recently met Trey Glover through Julius. But the whole idea of the community group came up from when we went to the airport to support Justin Kelly at one of his work functions. And as we were sitting down talking, we didn't leave immediately after the function was over. We were talking about everything under the sun, everything from politics, business, community work, football, just the whole nine, life, family. And from that conversation came up the idea of, why don't we as brothers get together more and find out more about each other and what's going on in each other's lives. And not only that, how can we better support each other in our own walks? And that's how the idea of the community group started. I think I received a message about a month later, picking up the conversation saying, hey, what's the deal? Let's get it started. We called a meeting. I think our first meeting was with SmithALee. We had Chad Robinson.
Shout out Chad.
Yeah, big shout out to Chad. We had Landon Cohen.
Shout out to Landon.
Of course, the main core, the founders that I just mentioned, Justin, Julius, Trey, were there. And I want to say one more person. I think Terrence
Dolphins.
Halls. Terrence
okay.
Halls was there. But we started out with, I think it was just like 8 of us. And the next couple of meetings, it went from 8 to 16, from 16 to 40. And then from there, we had a couple of different events where brothers were just pouring in from different angles, and we started seeing some of the same faces and some new faces in community development projects.
So tell me the advantage, or the disadvantages. They say black men, we don't get along, or there's too much pride, there's too much ego, we can't get things accomplished.
Yeah.
Your experience, and let's just say you may have an unorthodox approach, but you have still been able to get things done. I may have an unorthodox approach, but I still get things done. SmithALee, but for some reason we were able to cohesively come together and put on together one of the biggest celebrations this city has ever seen in the Black Excellence Gala. Tell us what that process is like, because it was a short period of time if we really look at it.
Absolutely. I just want to say first and foremost, the Black Excellence Community Gala was a beautiful thing. At a time where the city for the last 12 months has only been talking about the racial equity report and how that affects the African American communities, showing a low percentage of folks a high percentage of African Americans not being able to get out of their current economic situation. So for us to come with the Black Excellence Community Gala was a ray of light, a ray of hope, to shine light on some of the positive things that were going on in the Black community. But to your question, what's so different about this group? Why does it work? I think we didn't come at it from a this is my idea standpoint, this is Shem's idea standpoint, this is Lee Smith idea standpoint. I think we looked at it as a collective movement. And from a collective movement, I mean, everybody has something that they bring to the table, right? It takes sober-minded leaders for something like this to work. Knowing that Lee is great in what he does, knowing that Shem is great at what he does, knowing that Victor is great at what he does, bringing those pieces together, not making you interfere with my lane, but saying, brother, how can I fit? Or how can I help you in what you're doing? Just like today, you contacted me and you said, bro, I know you had access to a venue, but how can I help you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Not how can I take over what you got going on, but how can I help you? How can I assist? So with everybody already moving in a positive direction, and I think this group, for me, understands that the way things have operated in Spartanburg for years, I don't think that we're motivated by the carrot that those before us are motivated by. We're motivated by the truth. We're motivated by the service. We're motivated behind the why.
Okay. Well, if you were to speaking to a younger Vic, it's not Vic, but same situation. Coming out of the same, low income demographics. Low income demographics. And modern time, and you could talk to them now. Tell them on that camera what you would say.
Gotcha. I would say, listen here, Victor. There's 3 things that I want to tell you. 1, this life isn't going to be easy. 2, keep God close, very close, closer than family, closer than friends, especially closer than the women.
Real talk.
And 3rd, but not least, Victor, find yourself. Find your purpose, find your passion, and don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. And if I had to throw a bonus in there, understand that it's all about relationships. Nothing happens without relationships. Period, point blank. We love you, Victor.
There you have it. There you have it. Vic talking to Vic. Only on Meet the Innovators. So we want to thank you for your time, sir. Make sure you guys follow Bruh Mentor on Instagram. That's BRUH Mentor on Instagram. Like the page on Facebook as well. Make sure you also like the community group page on Facebook as well to stay up to date on all of the news and alerts that happen with that program as well. Now, listen, I know a lot of you guys want to join. I want you to say, don't come through Shem. Like the page on Facebook and then inbox. How about that? We want to thank you for your viewership. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for Bruh Mentoring, the Ballard Building, SMC for sponsoring this space for us to do this amazing work. Thank you for Lee Smith. This is a wrap. Adam Black. Shout out to the team that's behind the scenes, that's making things seem real dream. You feel me? So little bars for you. I'm your guy. I'm your host, Shemuel Namaste. Thank you for your time. This is Meet the Innovators.